The chair is a little too big for her. She sits at the edge of it. Her hands are on her knees. On the table, there is a small paper cup of water. She has not touched it. The coffee shop is warm. It smells like milk and toasted bread. Outside, through the glass door, the street is white with snow. Amalia has never seen so much snow in her life. The woman across the table is called Diane. She's the manager. She has short hair and a kind face. She looks at Amalia's CV. She reads slowly. Then she looks up and asks a question. Amalia understands the words experience, customers, before. But when she opens her mouth, nothing comes. Not because she does not know the answer. She knows it perfectly. In Portuguese. The problem is not the knowledge. The problem is the house. She's trying to build the roof before she has the floor. Her heart beats faster. She breathes in slowly, so Diane does not notice. Her hands press together on her knees. In Portugal, she worked in a cafe for 3 years. She knew every customer. She knew how they liked their coffee, strong, with sugar, without milk. She was fast and friendly and never made mistakes. But that was in Portuguese, in Lisbon, before Canada. The night before this interview, she sat at her small kitchen table with a notebook. She wrote English sentences, simple ones. She practiced them out loud, alone, in her apartment. She thought she was ready, but she was building the roof. She was using long sentences, complicated words, trying to sound professional. She wanted to impress Diane. And now, in this chair, all those big sentences are gone. They were never really hers. She looks at the paper cup of water, something small, something real. She breathes out slowly, and she makes a decision. She will start again, from the floor, from the base. She tries to speak, the foundation. She does not try to be impressive. She tries to be clear. She says one sentence, short and true. I worked in a cafe in Portugal 3 years. Some words, no complicated grammar, no big vocabulary, just the floor of the house, solid and honest. Diane nods. She understood. That nod is small but important. It tells Amalia something she did not know before, that clear words are more powerful than impressive ones. Diane asks another question. She wants to know about the coffee machine. Amalia knows the answer. She used a machine every day in Lisbon, but she reaches for the English word, and there is nothing there, a gap, a missing brick. She does not panic. She does not stop. She points to the big machine behind the counter. Then she uses the words she has. I know this machine. I used one every day in my old job. It is not a perfect sentence, but it has a strong base, and Diane understands every word. Then Diane asks something else, and this time Amalia does not understand at all. Diane speaks quickly. not unkindly, just quickly. She uses a word Amalia has never heard before. It sounds like a question about time or schedule, but Amalia is not sure. Her face goes warm. The old feeling returns, the panic, the silence, the wish to disappear. She thinks about the night before, the notebook, the sentences. She practiced one phrase many times. She practiced it because she read somewhere that it was important. She did not know then how important it would be right now. She looks at Diane and uses her foundation. I'm sorry, can you say that again? More slowly, please. One breath, 2 seconds of silence. Diane smiles. She repeats the question slowly. She wants to know if Amalia can work on weekends. Amalia almost laughs. She knows that word. She has always known it. The answer is easy. Yes, weekends are fine. Diane writes something on the paper. Amalia watches the pen move. That small movement feels like a door opening. The rest of the interview is not easy. But now Amalia has a strategy. She does not try to run before she can walk. She uses short sentences, real words, the ones she truly owns. When she does not know a word, she describes it instead. When a sentence is too long, she cuts it in half. When she uses the wrong tense, she says, I work instead of I worked. She stops. She corrects herself quietly. I worked 3 years in Lisbon. Diane does not make a face. She just nods and keeps listening because the base is clear, and a clear base is enough. This is what Amalia learns inside that chair. Not a grammar rule, not a new word. She learns that English is like a house. Without a strong base, everything falls. But with a simple, clear sentences, even few words, the house stands. At the end, Diane thanks her. She says she will call in 2 days. She says Amalia's experience is useful. She says the team is small but good. Amalia says thank you. She stands. She picks up her bag. Before she leaves, she picks up the small paper cup of water and drinks it, all of it, in one sip. Outside, the snow is still there. The street is quiet. Amalia stands on the pavement. She does not know if she got the job. She will not know for 2 days. But something has changed. Not in her English, in her strategy. She went into that room trying to build a roof. She came out knowing she needs to start with the floor. Simple sentences, clear words, one brick at a time. She does not know yet the English word for the metal part of the coffee machine. She makes a note to look it up. One new brick for tomorrow. But she already knows the most important sentence, not because she studied it, but because she used it today in a real room with a real person, and it worked. Hello, everyone. I am Nadir. I hope you enjoyed the story and understood that the basic English is enough to start.